Hello everyone, welcome party peeps. I am still situating a few more things, and normally I would put the intro screen up, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it this way instead because I thought it would be a little better. That way you guys know that I'm live and you get a chance to kind of get on while I am trying to do everything. Yo Joe, hey, how you doing, my friend? Let's see, get that there. I'm going to be doing a little bit of residential work today. And what else didn't I do? That's what I didn't do. Got to log into chat. Blinky Bricks, how are you, my man? Hello, Aaron, R. Claxton, Jeff Escobar, yay, okay. Hola, my friend. And let's see. Website.com. One more second, guys. And didn't want that. Tagging my website so people know where to go, because I get a lot of questions about my website. Now that's pinned at the beginning. Good evening, James Jackson, Michael Fuji. I'm just going to say Michael Fuji. Rick Sargent. Hello, 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 everybody. Anyway, what I'm doing, I'm going to be doing this particular Mills plate a little differently. What I had been doing is I was building the Mills plate and then transferring the house, and I was just putting all my driveways right here. On this particular one, and I'm just going to show you, I am maintaining that 8 stud wide gap. So I do have my 8 stud wide gap on all sides. On this corner though, I'm going to be doing something a little unique because the city, that particular location in the city is a little different, and it's because I'm going to be taking, and Brick Sargent, dude, thank you so much. Brick Sargent just donated $1.99, very kind to you, my friend. Just to show you kind of the studio real quickly though, the house right next to the blue house is the end of the block, and that's what this one's for. And because this one's going in the end of the block, what I'm going to do is, because this is a very large house, has a very large footprint. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing that circle drive, and I'm going to put a garage over here next to it. So I'm going to do this one a little differently than I've done all the other buildings. So that's why you see this one looks a little bit funky compared to the rest. I'm doing good, Brick Kenny, and thank you so much for asking. And I am feeling better, thank you, Aaron. And Johan, hey, how you doing? I need to grab, nope, I didn't clip that to my belt. I need to oh, it's right here already, look at that. I'm actually prepared, can you believe it? We're gonna take this piece and this piece, and now that is how we're going to leave this. I'm going to tile these in, obviously, and this is going to be the entrance to the house. So this is going to be a circle drive, and then we're going to have this going over to a garage. So the garage will be placed right here on the next plate over, is how I'm going to be working that. So the next thing I want to do is I want to start filling in this particular plate with some pieces so we can tile over it. And thank you, Aaron. He says the residential area is looking mint. Michael says duck pond. I probably won't be putting the duck pond in. That'll be getting removed. It's not that I couldn't put it somewhere else on the build, though, itself. But currently, I don't know that I'm going to use that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know what? Let me just skip that. Let's go 3, 3. Let's just do the fill in the center first. Batman, I'm Batman. I wish I was, you know what? I used to say I wish I was Batman, but I don't wish I was Batman. I don't even wish I was going to say his sidekick, but when I say sidekick, people think Robin. What I wish is that I was a very close personal friend to Batman, so I could hang out in his awesome mansion, check out all of his awesome things, but not have to go fight crime and get my butt kicked all the time. So I don't want to be Batman. I want to be an associate of Batman. And thank you, Rob. It's a cool setup. No, 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 Batman. I need to get a few more pieces. And Paul Bot. I could have swore I just had a piece drop out of my hand. And let's get this guy all the way over to here. Over here. And now let's take this. We'll go there. So we got those. And I still have not made the Mills plate light attend, oh, I still have to do that as well. And let me get these all through. So I'm gonna have to do some soldering here in a few minutes also, is my point in reiterating that. Let's do that. Now with this particular one, this corner of the house is gonna need a green. Then I'm gonna need some green over here. And, oh, I gotta get my pieces. Where did I put them? Let me move this house out of the way for a few minutes. Set that on. Test, test. There we go. I didn't realize it. Sorry about that, guys. When I bent over, there's buttons on the face of this, and I must have pushed the button because it was searching for a different channel, and I had to find the channels to match them up again. It's always something. I am clear again now, I hope, anyway. And again, apologize for that, guys. Anyway, what I was saying is me and my son went out and spent the day hanging out. Had a really fun time, though, either way. Long story short, I don't know how much got cut out, so I do apologize for that. Chicken wear the... Again, I apologize for that anyway, though, guys. But anyway, I just got to remember, that's, because I would actually put it on my back pocket, but the problem is if I put it on my back pocket every time I sit down, I think I would bump the button on it. At least that would be my fear anyway. So I was looking and I thought, well, what the heck did I do? But what I was saying, though, is me and my son spent the day, went out, hung out. I took the doors, the roof, everything off my Bronco. Again, we had an amazing, amazing day. It was a lot of fun. And anyway, now I'm here with you awesome folks. I am trying to make sure how far. I think that's all the green plates I want to use, looking at that. Yeah, that should be all the green plates I want to use. Now what I'm going to have to do is I got to plug in my soldering iron so I can make piece. And let's just keep it here so you guys get an idea of exactly what and why I'm doing it. Michael says that's what Rob said. I probably bumped a button. And that's exactly what I did. I bumped into a button. So that's going to be our in, or actually I'm going to use my long, we'll use the short one. Do a short there, we'll do one here. And I need one more, there we go. One more male there. Just so you guys understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I know I explained this in last night's live stream. And what it is, as I said in last night's live stream, just to give a quick refresher, on every single plate, what I'm doing is I'm making it to where it plugs in on one side, plugs in on the other, and then I have a little whip on the inside that I can plug the house individually into. That way, at any point in time, if I want to take the buildings and move them around on my table, all I have to do is unplug the buildings, and then I can plug them in somewhere else, and they'll always work. Because this is the template I'm going to be using for all my buildings. And hopefully Brick Sergeant, or not Brick Sergeant, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully Blinky Bricks is still here, because I've been wanting to talk to him about that. So see if he can start making some of these so people can buy them. Yes, I got the Bronco back. I've had the Bronco back for 3 weeks, I think. They finally fixed everything. At least it seems like it, and it's been driving really good. So I'm extremely happy with it, and I can't wait for it to get a lot warmer outside, because when it does, let me tell you, I am going to be driving the snot out of that thing as far as going out and taking the top off and all that. Because I mean, it wasn't warm today, let me say that. We peaked, I think, at 58 degrees. But it was warm enough, I thought, enough's enough. I bought this thing, and I've been dying to do it since I bought it. So we ripped the doors off it, ripped the top off it. I went to the car wash, washed it first. Then we ripped the top, ripped the doors, all that stuff off it, and just went cruising for the day, me and my son. And it was an amazing day. It was really cool. And I can't wait until summertime, because I know my wife and my daughter would not. My wife, my daughter, and my oldest son, anyway, did not want to get in that and freeze their butt off. Me and my son are nuts. My oldest son, anyway. But when it gets a little warmer out, I can't wait to get the whole family in it so we can go out and go cruising and go to the ice cream shop and stuff like that. Thank you, Kenneswan. It's a great little build that is. Techman says, I'd look into placing a few good wire condensing mics around the room. Part of the thing, though, is I've bought so much equipment here lately, and I'm trying to kind of pull back on some of my spending because I have other things I'm going to be spending a lot on this year. And holy crap, dude. Ronnie Cassell's just donated what appears to be a very large amount of money. And thank you so much, man. He says, glad to see you back. And with donations like that, that's definitely going to help me. But one of the key things I have to ask. No, Techman, I am on a satellite link, and it's dedicated to my pole barn. It's like I always tell everybody, though, there is no such thing as wired connections in the country. They just do not exist. I am on a satellite link system. I have a satellite link system in my house, and I have a satellite link system for my barn. My barn, I am the only person that uses it, but it's the best money can buy. It is Elon Musk's system, and every other system I've tried is a lot worse than what I have. Our Claxton says it was, and yes, like Michael just said, it's Elon Musk internet. Michael, they just started making the Bronco in 2021, and that's what it is. It's a 2021 Ford Bronco. So it is a brand new Ford Bronco. It's the first new car I have bought myself in over 11 years. And now that my kids are getting older, I wanted to get myself a toy because I have always bought family wagons, is what I call it, to make sure that if we have to go anywhere or do anything, we can always make sure the kids are in it, and I never really thought much about just having fun in it. In this particular vehicle, keep in mind, I still did keep the family thought in it because it is a four-door Bronco, but this particular Bronco, though, is the first Bronco, or first toy car I've bought myself in probably over 20 years. And just really loving it. Just loving it so much I wouldn't mind buying a second one, but I don't want that kind of a payment going on. But it is a 2021 Ford Bronco. It is the Ford Bronco Black Diamond. It is a 6-speed stick manual transmission. I personally love manual transmissions. Normally that's something else again, because I used to always make sure all my cars were automatics because my wife cannot drive a stick shift. And that's why, again, this is just a toy for Daddy. Even though, just again, to try and cheer my son up today, I let him pimp it around for a little bit too. He's still not quite good at driving a stick shift, though. He's still learning, but he will get there. But he still had fun trying to drive it anyway. And he was terrified to drive it, and it's like I told him, I don't care, drive it, it's under warranty. If it gets busted, we'll take it to the dealer. Hello, Michael Masi. Michael says NOK is Norwegian crown, or krone, Norwegian krone. I did not know that, and I am going to set that so I know what that is and see if I can remember it. Norwegian krones. Like I said, I had never heard of that before, the NOK. And I know I had missed probably a couple of comments, and I apologize for that, guys. Brick Sergeant, hello. Oh yeah, I did. I was gonna say, because I know you donated $1.99 as well. So I just want to make sure. So you said hello also, I was making sure that I did acknowledge you. Brick Kenny says, my first car was an 88 Bronco 2. That thing ate transmissions for breakfast. And I've had a few different cars throughout my lifetime. I did plug that, yes, I did plug that in. That ate transmissions. Luckily, I know a couple cars that ate transmissions also. But I can say this, and knock on wood, it won't change. I've never owned a vehicle with a manual transmission that I've ever had a problem with. I have a 2011 Chevy Cruze. I have 230 in it. I drive it every day for work. It's my work vehicle. And it's still cruising along. I've still got the original clutch in it. I still got the original transmission in it. I've never had a problem with it. And every other car I've ever owned throughout my life, I've been very blessed and never had a problem with, as long as it was a manual transmission. Now, automatics is another story. I did have it was a 95 Ranger, and that was an automatic, and that had a Brazil, if I remember correctly, transmission in it. And that thing, I will be the first to admit, was a nightmare. It ate transmissions also. I wouldn't say it ate them, but I'm used to getting every bit of 200,000 miles out of a vehicle, and the transmission went out on that particular vehicle at around 90,000. So that was not a good vehicle in my opinion, but you know, there's going to be lemons here and there. but I know Ford had a problem there for a while. I didn't know as far back as '88. Ford did have a problem though for a while with transmissions. And again, it was because it was the transmissions that came from Brazil were the problems. And what did I miss? I'm sorry to hear that, Michael. He's just said that his grandmother passed away at the age of 75. My condolences, my friend. And thank you, Bricklock, Illinois. I appreciate that. Ronnie Cassell says 10 quid. I don't even know what a quid is. I'm sorry to say. But thank you. I appreciate that, Bricklock. Still, to me, that's awesome. I really appreciate that donation, my friend. Datsuns, those were used to be really good cars. Frankenbricks, hello, hello. By the way, wouldn't it be smarter? Yes, it is smarter to wear welding gloves when welding. And you want to do that for a couple reasons. One reason is the flash from the weld will give you sunburn on your hands. Number two, you will get burns on your hands from the arcing and splashing of the metal material. But I'll be the first to admit, typically if I'm welding, I'm not wearing gloves. Unless I'm doing a lot of heavy welding. Mind you, normally most of the welding that I did was spot welding, or I was brazing, or MIG welding, and MIG welding is pretty quick for spot welding. So, but yes, I really would recommend wearing gloves when you are welding. Otherwise, you will get burned hands. And this is going to take me a few minutes, guys, because I am blind as a bat, especially when it comes to seeing things up close. But I do have to get this stuff soldered because I don't want to put this together and then have to pull it back apart just to install a wiring kit. And that's why I'm trying to do this now. I meant to do it before I streamed, but because I was out of the house all day today, I didn't get the chance to do a bunch of the stuff I wanted to do today. But I still had the best day I've had in a long time, so I would rather have done what I did today as opposed to trying to get some of this stuff done, because it was definitely worth the day. And again, bear with me, and I will come back to the comments once I can read. We got to solder this. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I'm trying to kind of make it to where you can. But what you do is you just barely touch your soldering iron. And with me getting older, my hands aren't as steady as they used to be. And you just want to like swipe the solder against it, just ever so gently. You don't want to leave it on too long because you don't want to melt the insulation. You don't want to overheat the wire. You just want to get a nice thin coating on your wire. Just to show you, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that one's done. Now I'm going to leave that just soldered like that, come to the other end. Now this is where we're going to do our three-way split. And wanted to make sure that wasn't the old boss, and it's not. When I say boss, I always refer to my loving wife. But let me get this, and again, give me just a few seconds. It doesn't take me too long to do this. And then I can put my glasses back on and I can see what you guys are talking about. This one and then the black lead is my last soldering connection. And the reason I do a lot of this myself is because these plugs don't cost me anything. And don't get me wrong, I think the different companies that make all these plugs and stuff, the plugs that they make are awesome. But I would much rather have a plug that I can make myself for about 10 cents as opposed to buying them for $2 to $3 a piece. And that is why I do this soldering myself, because I don't mind soldering it up and it saves me a ton of money. If you're brave enough to solder them up anyway. Not everybody is brave enough to want to solder them up. Not everybody has a soldering gun either. Although I will point out that you can get a soldering gun just like the one that I have. It is a Weller, and this is a 23 watt soldering gun. You don't need an overly powerful, because you can get soldering guns that are 60 watt, 90 watt, 100 watts, so on and so forth. You just need a very low powered one because you're soldering very tiny wires. You don't need all the heat. And this is a 23 watt, and you can pick these up at most of your local hobby stores, usually around $25 or less. I think you can even get them on Amazon if you look, for probably, I'm going to say probably 20 bucks or less. And I think, let me unplug this now, because I do believe I'm done with the soldering portion of the stream. Let's get this over here. Let's scoot him over there so he can cool off. Let me find my glasses. There we go. Now I can see again. I have a lighter so I can heat up these solder joints, because I use shrink wrap when I do my soldering. And it's just to give me a good connection. And take care, Rob. Art Claxton says that he's 27 and he's never had steady hands. I used to have extremely steady hands, but with age, they've gotten bad. And good evening, Kip Hoffman. Bill Frog says, why is it solder? I'm soldering because I am lighting up my city, and I do a lot of my own illumination. I do a lot of my own jumpers. I do a lot of my own, I do a lot of my own wiring. I do my own cable connecting. And what I do is I always strip them long. And then after I get the soldering done, I cut them short because they don't need to be that long, but it's easier for me to solder them while they're long and then cut them down. At least that's my opinion anyway. Everybody's different, and again, a lot of that is just because I quite simply can't see as well as I would like. And let me just finish this little bit. And we'll put our little shrink wrap. Take our next piece. Get on there. And heat up our shrink wrap. Now we'll go to the other end and do our shrink wrap. This one comes up here, over here, and heat up our shrink wrap. And one more to go. And there we go. One Mills plate connector for our Mills plate. Then again, for those that haven't seen it before, all we simply do is we take the male end, and I've been going to the third hole. So we come to the third hole, we will slide that out there, and we come on this end, and we lay our next one right here. And now I'm going to get a few more plates, and we're going to splice all this together. We're going to start covering all this in anyway. I need 2 more green plates. So we're going to take this and this, and then I'm going to show you how I do my little tail up and into the house, just like I did last night for everybody. And I need a 2x4 plate in black. There we go. Because what I like to do, where I bring my whip up, the whip being the connection point for the interior of the house. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to whip it up and in. I love how everybody complains about the disco screen when there's nothing I can do about it. Yes, you do have to tin the iron as well. You're absolutely right, HW. Anyway, I'm going to take this, and I am trying to remember where the windows are. So I want the back corner. So one, 2, 3. I'm going to put my whip right here to come up. And then what I like to do is put that there, put this there, and now we're going to plate the rest of this with the black plates. And we will do that and get this filled in. And before I do that, I want to take up some of my slack because I don't want it all sitting out. And what I usually like to do is do at least one little wrap around a brick just so you can see, to kind of hold the wire up and in there. You want to leave a little bit so that way you can pull it apart, but you don't want it to be so far that it's coming way out here because then it's hard to feed back up and in there. So you just generally want to leave about, anyway, now we're going to take that. I need to put this down. And then there's my attachment point for inside the house. And there we go. Now we can start transferring the building over to it. And greetings to New Jersey, my friend. No, I get it, Michael. It's just when I hear people talk about it all the time, and it's nothing I have control over. It gets frustrating, and it makes me want to say screw it and not stream anymore. Because again, there's nothing I can do about it, and it would be like somebody constantly insulting you or telling you something that you have no control over. It would be like, for example, one of my kids has Tourette's, and he does different things, and somebody constantly messaging to him. It gets annoying, and it pisses a person off, is what it does, to be perfectly honest. When you constantly hear it, is the nicest way I can put it. Anyway, you can only buy what you could carry on to the plane, Kip Hoffman. I understand that. And I am trying to get that off. Get that off. And yes, there are tons of people streaming these days. You are absolutely correct. And again, it's not because I have a shared link or anything. It's just I don't have the connections that everybody else has available. And I'm not willing to move to the city just to get better internet because I personally like living out in the country. And get that up. But that would be like my only other option. 1, 2. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hope that's the right place. Give me 1 second while I'm making sure this is transferred correctly. But you are absolutely correct, though. People do generally have problems. if they have a shared connection, but I am not on a shared connection. That looks like it's right. I'm just double checking before I push it down. So let's go there. Oh, I think we're good. So now we're going to push it down. And crap. Did I push it down all the way? Because I didn't put a tile under it. Son of a... I might be able to get it under there still. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, I think I can still get it under there. Eccentric Brick says, great man, more parts. Brick Kenny was talking to somebody else. Kip Hoffman says they had some greenery parts and 2 slope. Somebody just said that in our Discord group too, that there's supposed to be a bunch of really good parts on the Pick-a-Brick wall. And I keep meaning to check. I thought that was really awesome of him too, Michael. I really did. And he did say that. And I think what he was actually doing is, if I'm not mistaken, he was offering, basically, for anybody in the Ukraine, if they wanted access to internet, wanted free internet, however you want to call it, just so they have connections. Is that going to work? He was going to give them access to free internet is what kind of my take on it was, which I thought was amazing of him, personally, because you don't see anybody else offering like AT&T, or because AT&T could just ship everybody phones to use their internet. You don't see anybody else offering anything like that, and I just thought that was a really amazing gesture of him for a war-torn country having all the problems that they're having. No, this is a Mills, Robbie. Robbie was asking if this is a Mills plate or a normal base plate. No, I don't build, I'm transferring it off of a base, because this was a Lego set from I think it was 2016, it might have been 2015. And what I'm doing is I'm transferring it over to a Mills plate so I can put it in the city. And I'm going to do a few small modifications to it too. But I'm trying to make sure that, because I wanted to keep the patio and all that stuff that you can see on this plate the way it is. I'm going to be nixing the rest of it, but I wanted to keep everything else the way that it is on the plate, because I thought it was a really good look. Hello, Shane Hart. Michael says lots of respect to him for sure. Absolutely, man. It's like I said again, nobody else is offering anything like that. So I mean, it's freaking awesome of him. And I know a lot of people have complained about a lot of the different things that he's been doing as far as the internet and stuff like that. And I know, if I'm not mistaken, I thought AT&T filed an injunction against him, claiming unfair business, or I forget what the complaint was that they filed, but something about unfair business practices or something along that lines, due to the fact that he has, it's something to do with where his satellites are orbiting. He's kind of made a monopoly, I guess, because now AT&T is wanting to try and kind of compete with him. And because of his orbits and how many satellites he already has up there, the FAA, I think is who it is, won't allow anybody else to fly any satellites in the same orbit that Elon Musk is. So they were kind of trying to file a complaint that he has what's the word, like a monopoly on the internet services that he's providing, even though I still think it's bunk, but And hey, Robbie, how you doing? Thank you, Michael. He said this was 2017. So for anybody that was wondering this, and if you know the number of the set also, Michael, please feel free to share that, because I don't know the number of this, as I haven't tried to dig out my instructions or anything. So if anybody was curious as to what it is, if you know the set number, please feel free to post it, because I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Vincent said, do you try to keep the colors of the bricks in the Mills plates the same? No, I don't. Or is it just what you're able to buy in bulk for the price? No, this is... Now, like when you saw the inside of this, I do want to say this, because you probably saw that everything inside of it was almost all blue, except for the edge. I did use yellow. But here is my container of bricks, and it's basically whatever's on top is what I grab. So I just used all the blue that was on top, so the next Mills plate I'll start using the pink. And once I get through a bunch of the pink, I'll start using the green, and so on and so forth. It really doesn't matter. Nobody's ever going to see the inside of it. They're never going to know that it's different colors or not. I mean, because as you can tell, once something's placed on the Mills plate, you're never going to know except to look at it from the side. And once this is physically placed in that subdivision area, you're never going to see it either. So, and that's exactly how I feel, Kenneth. But like I said, AT&T and them did not have that same feelings. I want to say, I thought I read something along the lines that their complaint, their filing, whatever it was basically thrown out. But I do know that they were trying to do something against him. So like I said, monopoly or whatever they were trying to claim that it was supposed to be. But I do believe it was thrown out. So they weren't able to do what they were trying to pull or do anyway. Okay, now that I have this, what I'm looking at doing, because I want to fill this all in. So I think I'm going to tile the interior floor with those. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use some light gray to fill this area, is my thought. Yes, we are. We're just going to go 2, 3, 4, 1. I believe I can do this way. Actually, let me get some more 2x2s first. And thank you, Robbie. If anybody's wanting to know what set that I'm working on, Robbie just posted the set number, and this set is from 2017. And something else I can tell you, Brick Kinney said, thank you, Robbie. And hey, how you doing, Donna Scott? And Michael was saying, as an ammo manufacturer in Wisconsin, just made and shipped, holy crap, 1 million rounds to the UK. Holy cow, man, that's freaking awesome. That's a lot of freaking rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I almost wonder, do I want to do it that way? That might look, well, let's start. I could go here or I could go there. I guess it really doesn't matter. You know what? Let me just see how this would look. So if I put that there, and then I can put a 1x8 here is what I'm thinking. Yeah, we're going to do that. The problem I see is you can see the green, and I don't like that. I am going to pop that back up because I want to replace that. So if I'm going to see green, you know what? Let's do it this way. So I don't got to pull the whole thing up. Let's just do, because that is going to bother me if I leave it that way. Let's just do this spot in the gray. So if I do that, I can take, I need a 2x4 in gray, and I need a 2x4. I need a 2x4 in gray and a 2x4 in green. We have a 2x4 in gray and a 2x4 in green. There we go. Because I like everything to flow. And that's going to bother me if it doesn't flow. So let's put that back together. There we go. Now what I will do is I will just tile this way, and I will put a 1x4 there. And now what I think I will do is build this up. Shane Art says, Lego to ban all Lego in Russia. Stuff Putin, there's been a lot, and I mean a lot, of different places, companies, so on and so forth, implementing so many different sanctions and stuff on them. Their entire country ain't going to be able to have anything before it is all said and done. And they can all thank their wonderful president for that. Mr. Putin. And we'll put that there. And then what we'll do is I'll end up putting some plants on that little bit, just trying to show you what I did there. Because that would have bothered me if I did not have it to where it was gray all the way around. That would have really irritated the daylights out of me. Now that we have that, and let me check, make sure it's not the boss. This is a 3-in-1 house set, yes, and somebody just said it a minute ago. And hey, Peanut Lee, hey, Eccentric Bricks, hey, Robbie. Man, you guys are talking so much, it moved to the point that I can't even see it. Where'd it go? Robbie just posted what the set number was, though. Where did it go? Well, Michael or Robbie, if you could post the set number again, because somebody was just asking for it again, and I can't see where you posted it. It's hard for me to skim through. Anyway, let me get these tiles, so that'll smooth that out so it looks nice. So let's do that next. Why are you not happy, Fox Leader? Yeah, you got that right, Gaffer. With the way that it's tanking, you are absolutely right. They ain't going to be able to afford them anyway. And I might have just screwed up again because I wanted to put a curve on that corner. And I got carried away. Thank you, Michael, Eccentric Bricks, Robbie, and Bill Frog. There we go. So whoever it was that asked, that is the set number that I'm building right now, or that I'm transferring over. And I want to say, because I thought I looked it up, I want to say the set, if I remember correctly, it wasn't that bad. It was, I thought you could get it like on Amazon. Mind you, brand new when I bought this, I want to say it might have been, I'm going to cheat this. I normally wouldn't, but I'm going to put some bushes and stuff here anyway, so it doesn't matter. I want to say though that when this was originally for sale, that I want to say you could pick it up for like around maybe $40. The current retail on this, I think, is like maybe 120. So it's still a reasonably priced set. And I mean, just look at it. Look at all the awesome, because this is how the set comes. It's fully enclosed. You have sliding doors on the side. At least I don't think I have one boxed. I'd show you the other 3 versions. I'd have to dig through my instructions to find it. But and then you have this entire roof thing too. And the roof has all these nice shutters and everything. And I know a lot of people, I'm going to tell you right now, are going to tell me that the red is hideous. And me personally, I'm kind of a fan of the red roof. I don't think it looks bad. But and let's see. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up on a few comments here, guys. It was Shane Hart. Okay, Shane got his answer now. Gary Gong says, to be honest, this sort of sanctioning is going to hurt the Russians, not exactly the Russian government. And absolutely, Gary, that is what it's going to hurt, is the Russian people. I totally agree with you, my friend. But people don't care. They figure they're going to, you know, a lot of this, like you said, a lot of the sanctions that they're doing. I love that little fish tank too. This is part of that set also, by the way. But a lot of the sanctions, like you said, that they're doing, it's not going to do anything to Putin. He don't care. He wants something. He's just going to tell them to make it, buy it, build it, whatever the heck he wants. So it's not going to affect him at all. It's just affecting the populace of the nation. So it's really not a good thing for them, sadly. I don't have a Bricklink store, so I cannot help you on that, Detective Cow. Gaffer was saying, love that you are building it from the ground up with lighting. Perhaps someday I will be a pro like you, buddy. This is coming together nicely. And thank you, Gaffer. Robbie says, I like the red roof. And Michael says it's retro Lego. Fox Leader says scalpers. That's why just ran into one. Went back to buy more sets today from that image I posted, and I found the scalper in the lane with every single set in their cart. That sucks. And yeah, there's a lot of people that do that. Oh, no problem at all, Detective Cow. Peanut Lee says, Daryl, will you put a light in the fish tank? I haven't even got to thinking about what I'm doing on the interior yet, but I probably won't do, I doubt I'll do a light in the fish tank. I guess, you know what? Because the other 3 houses, 2 of the houses are extremely well lit inside. So maybe, you know what, Peanut Lee? Maybe we will, maybe we will do that. I think I might. Let me finish doing what I was going to do first, though. And one of the things I was going to say is, I agree. Personally, I like the red roof. Just like Brick Kenny was saying, gives you that retro look. I'm keeping the red roof. It's not going anywhere. But what I do want to do, because this does bug me, is I want the caps to be smooth. I don't like a bumpy roof line when I can avoid it. So that's going to be the only change I'm going to do from the original set, is just cap the roof off. And to me, that's not that big of a deal to change out. But that's just, again, that's my 2 cents. And not everybody thinks that you have to or looks at it that you have to, but it's just my personal feelings on it. I would rather it be capped out. So I'm going to cap that off, and then I'm going to cap this roof ridge as well. But I do want to have a little bit of retro in my city because why not? I think it would look cool. And then it also helps to show kind of the age of my city, really, to be perfectly honest. Ooh, very cool. Congrats on that one then, Cyberbrick. He says he's got the new, and am I doing, yes I am. He got the new rocket launch set from Target. Very, very cool. I already have one house on the street with that TV. It's always an odd number, isn't it? Hold on. I already have one of the houses with that TV on it, and I don't want to put, I only want them to be in so many houses. So no, I won't be putting the TV in this one. I personally really like, I believe it was Donna that said it, or Peanut Lee. I like their idea about lighting up the fish tank, and I think that's what I might do, is just do the fish tank. Because I think that would be neat, because that'll be the only light in the house, will be the fish tank light. And I still got to put some furniture in this too, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to kind of finish off some of the exterior a little bit before I do anything else. And I still gotta do something different with that chimney also. And we'll do that, and then we need a 1x4. Because that, to me, that finishes the roof. Doing that little bit of tiling just gives you that more refined look, and it makes it look more natural. Now let's just do two. Because I want the chimney to come up higher. So we're going to bring that a little higher, and then we're just going to use the good old jumper plate method to have two pieces coming out. And we're just going to use, you know what? Let's go dark brown with this. We'll go dark brown. So we will go this way with that, and that'll finish off our chimney. So that gives that a more natural look. Yeah, we'll leave that bumped. Is there anything else I want to alter? I think I'm just going to kind of run with it that way. Let's pull this back open now, because the first thing we got to do, now that we have this kind of filled out, is we got our fish tank. I'm going to try and kind of calculate how much of it, and I'm trying to get it to where you can see a little better, that I want to tile in, and I want to see what pieces I have in colors. And I think, we have, you know what? It'll make it pop a little more. Let's do the floor in white, I think. Yep, we're going to do the entire floor in white. Shane Hart says the t-shirt that I need is YouTube stuff, mainstream TV, TikTok is a flop. Or do I even want to? So that's part of my problem, is I almost hate wasting the tiles. Well, this one you can kind of see pretty good. Let's say I almost hate wasting the tiles on interiors. And the reason that I say that is because really you can't see inside of it. At least not in my opinion. But we're going to do a little bit of it anyway. Just on the first floor, because you can kind of see in the window. Is how I'm looking at it anyway. So let me get a few more of that. I'm going to do a little bit of gray. Fox Leader says his mock is only 5 years in the making, but he has been in Lego for 20 years. It's funny how that works, isn't it? How long you'll be in it, do something and all that good stuff. I know, I think it's Alexander Bricks, was somebody that I used to talk to quite a bit, and I still talk to him on occasion. But he's been working on a cathedral for, I think, 5 years. Keep in mind, though, it is freaking massive. I mean, the footprint of his cathedral, because he's doing the landscaping around it in the whole 9 yards. I believe the footprint of his building is somewhere in the vicinity of like 4 feet by 8 feet, and it's just one big build. So I can definitely see why you have been doing something for 5 years, especially if you're doing something to that size. Because that size, it would definitely be something that just, it would, that's a lifelong project there, is the nicest way I can put it. And Brett, thank you so much. Brett just donated $10, and he says, better late than never, and good evening, and how you doing, buddy? And thank you again so much for that awesome donation, my friend. Really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Okay, we're gonna do that with that now. So we're just doing gray. That's kind of the entryway. Let me take this piece and fill that little spot as well. And then I gotta put these two pieces on the other side of the fireplace because we wanna fill it in. And then what we're gonna have to do, save the tiles is what Bill Frog says. And I agree. That's why I said I'm just doing some generalization at the very entrance, because I prefer to use my tiles out where they're totally visible, which is the sidewalks and all that. But it won't hurt because this, like I said, this one does have a very large bay window, so you can see the black. But what I'm gonna do here next is I'm gonna build a little bit of furniture in here. And then I'll kind of maybe tile a little bit. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. We're gonna put a couch, 2 chairs, make like a little TV, or let's see, if we put the fish tank, because I want the fish tank to be seen from the window or here. So I think I'm gonna put the fish tank here, and that'll allow me to take that wire and put it down. So let me get my power supply so I can get my LEDs and play with this just a little bit. We're gonna walk over to the other side of the barn and grab those. And do this can stay, and I'll need that. So that way we can, because what I'm thinking for the fish tank would be like a blue light is what I'm thinking, maybe, possibly. Let's try a blue LED first. And what I don't want something super bright, so I want, let's see. Let's see how this will look. We're gonna go with white. And give me a minute because I can't see. I'm trying to keep my big head out of the way of the camera. Now, again, give me one moment. This is going to have to be made slightly shorter. I hope you can see what I'm doing because I can't see anything on the screen, guys. Bear with me. That'll give it kind of a nice glow, I think. I think we're going to run with that. And then what I'm thinking I want to do is up here, I think I want to put, let's see. I am looking for looking for yellow is what I'm looking for. I don't think I want white. Those are all white and blue. So we will try, this is a yellow. Give me 1 second, guys. What I'm thinking is up in here is where I want it. So I'm gonna have to, oops. Let's just see how it looks first though. But I'm thinking I wanna put this, so you wanna kind of recess it and hide it. So let's see how that looks. So now what we will have, just to kind of give you an idea, and I'm still gonna have to play with that a little bit more, but that'll give you a blue light. I hope you can see that in on the fish tank. And then we have our yellow light for the porch, where it's like kind of shining down to light up the whole porch area. And thank you, Kenneth Swan. He says that looks really cool. Peanut Lee says I love it. Bill Frog says I have an aquarium in my window glows blue when I leave for work. See, right there you go. So blue is it. We're doing the blue. Michael says, shush, Daryl's not a fan of Bee Gees music. Somebody must have been saying disco again. Shane Hart said, I'm working on a build shell service station mock with a car wash using old city service octane station sets. The old city car wash set, great minifig in that set too. And I totally agree with you, Shane. There is some really good sets with that. Fox Leader says, when you go, you don't take the money with you, nor do you end up with the Lord's good book. Welcome to one of the circles of hell, most notably greed. Awesome, G. Jacobson. He said he got a haul from Bricks and Minifigs today. And thank you, Gaff. Michael talking to Kenneth Swan. Bill Frog says the tank looks great lit up. Ron Costello says Bevan's Bricks, let there be light. Robbie, I have a Discord server that you can join, but it's for my members only. And I offer 3 levels of membership. It is bronze, silver, and gold. My bronze level is $1.99, which gives you the basic access to my Discord. My silver members get full access to everything on the Discord, which there's a bunch of different channels that are on my Discord group, and that is $4.99 a month. And then the final level is $19.99 a month, and I keep forgetting to do that. With $19.99 a month, that's my gold level, and you get 1 free instruction from my website every month, on top of the fact that you get access to all my Discord groups. And thank you, Gaffrey says, looks great. Lego Joe says, I like the round driveway. And thank you. It's because I did the circle, because this is the last house on the street, so I did the circle drive here, and then I'm gonna do a small garage over here at the end. Anyway, I think for this house, because I don't want every house in the neighborhood to be 100% lit up. So I think for this house, that might be all I do. Let me look at, oh, there is nothing on the back to worry about lighting up, so we don't want to worry. We won't light anything up over there. The only thing I'm wondering, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to leave. I think we're going to stop there. Less is sometimes more. And in this particular situation, I think that is the case. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that and I'm going to figure out the best way that I could bring that wire out here. And I'm almost thinking, let's see. Actually, because I can come up, no, I can come up the stairs. And you know what the reality is? Hold on. I have lights that only have one plug. And because I'm not doing any of the lights, let me see if I can get one of those lights instead. So I'm not wasting my double plug lights. Just give me 1 second. I want to see if I have a yellow or even a white for that matter, single plug light. You know what I could even possibly use? No, that wouldn't look right. I was going to say I could possibly use a blue, non-flashing. You know, white then. I don't know that I want. I think yellow looks better on the porch, don't you guys? Non-flashing orange, red, white, purple, white, green. Come on, I don't have a yellow single. Ah, got it. Yellow single. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. Let's see how bright this looks. So I thought I had one. And thank you, G. Jacobson. He says, my swamp looks awesome. See, again, I just wanted to show you, because this is a Blinky Brick product again. And because you can buy them with a single or a double plug. And when I have singles, I always like to make that the end of the chain. And that's not quite as yellow, but you know what? It's a better yellow than that, actually, I think. I think I like this. Let me put this over here. So what we can do now, let me unwrap this. This has got a rather long cord. But let me take that. And what I can do, oh, I like it. I like it a lot, because I know what I'm going to do now. Hold on. We're going to do a little light fixture up there, make it look a little fancy. Let's take a clear brick, and then let's take this is the nice thing about the naked LEDs. Because see, now you can shove it down into a light, and then we'll see how it looks. Because we can put that, again, let's play with it. We can put that like there, square it up. And I might have to turn the LED around a little bit. Where'd I put my glasses? But, just to show you guys, that gives you more of a natural look, and then now you got a fixture. So I think I'm going to run with that particular idea. I like that a lot. Oh, Michael says I love politicians. Thank you, Robbie. He says 83 watching. Come on, smack that like. Ronnie Cassell says 5-year-old Lego Wizard has now reached 40 Mills Plate City. I'm still not found out how to start lighting with them. And you really want to do it the way that I'm showing in all my videos here, which is to make your own little plug system like I have with junctions popping up and down inside of them. Just my 2 cents on it anyway. As you can see, I have an in here, I have an in on this side of the plate, and then I have an out on this side of the plate. That's how I personally prefer to do it. Obviously, there's different methods of madness, different ways you can possibly do it, but that's the way that I've found seems to work best. And what I'm doing is, instead of tiling the whole floor, because I'm just going to put some like a couch and some chairs and stuff. I just want general decor inside the house. So I'm just going to tile in a small square. I need one more of those to finish up that square, and then I'm going to have to tuck that down. I'm going to have to put a lamp or something in the corner to kind of hide it. Let's see, we have, so we'll put this guy here. Then we're going to build a couch and 2 chairs. Let's put a lamp in the corner that will hide that little dude. So we can take, let's see. We can do one of, where are you? There you are. Let me get a bar piece right here. So this will help hide our, come on, focus back in. There we go. We can take this bar piece. What we'll do is we will make that look like a lamp in the corner. And that'll give us something to kind of let the wire run behind. Like so. Trying to pull some of that down and out of the way. So we want to keep it as hidden as we can anyway. It's never going to be perfectly hidden. And again, I'm not too terribly worried about it, just because of the simple fact of the matter that most of this will never be seen anyway. We're going to build a small cabinet here, just to make it look like we have like a kitchen counter or something. So let's do a cabinet on the far wall. We need 4, let's do that in blue. Blue and white, I think, will look good. So we're going to take a few of these. And let's do a gray on the countertop. And we can put a gray on the base, because that'll help hide some of that wire also. You can also do this using jumper plates, so it looks like there's little handles to pull on it. But that just gives us kind of like a little cabinet, so to speak. Just something to hide our wire. That's all that was for, because it helps take away from the ugliness of the wire. Now we're going to do 2 chairs, and I'm going to use a simple technique for those. And let's go, let's see what color we have here. Here we go. We'll do it. You know what? We went red on the roof. Let's do red. Do I have enough? Yes, I do. Right here. I have some there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 chair like that, and I'm going to show you how we fill it in here momentarily. And then we're also going to do a couch the exact same way. So we're going to make 2 for the back, 2 for the sides. So 1 will be here. We'll go this way. 1 will be here and go this way. So that will end up being together like that. So that'll give us a couch and 2 chairs. Let me grab a few more tiles. And I need 1 more plate. Hey, Wordy Deed, how you doing? You know what? I think I'm going to end the stream, guys. Let me run that beautiful bean footage. And I want to give a very special thank you to the people that have donated during the stream. And with that being said, it is Brick Sargent, Ronnie Cassells, and Brett. Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate that. And I am going to call it a night for the night. So as always, thank you for coming to Bevan's Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below. And hopefully we'll see you next time on Bevan's Bricks.